9 News Mornings at 7 a.m. starts right now.
The 4th of July has come and gone. We'll be showing you some of the greatest sights and sounds coming from this explosive holiday. The big, beautiful bill has just been signed into law, what we can expect to see from the U.S. government in the next few years. And the road to a new ceasefire in the Middle East might be reaching a breakthrough this weekend. What one side of the ongoing war had to say about a new proposal. Taking a live look this morning from Coors Field over downtown Denver. The Rockies did not pull out a W yesterday, but if you got to see the fireworks, I would definitely call that a W. Good morning, I'm Lauren Scafidi. Let's send things on over to Weather Impact meteorologist Jaden Knowles. Jaden, the only bad thing about this schedule is that we don't get to see those fireworks. We got to go to sleep for the morning show.
I know it. Listen, I definitely heard the fireworks last night when I was trying to go to sleep, because if everyone don't know, working this shift, we had to be asleep about 7 p.m., maybe 8 p.m. And so I didn't get to see it as well, but I definitely heard them, and they sounded beautiful.
They did. So if you got to see them, maybe send Jaden and I some photos so that we can just live vicariously through you.
I'll put myself, right there in the picture, and I'll really get to experience it. But I wish everyone get to experience these temperatures today, because it's going to be a nice warm day. Maybe early on, a very nice pool day, but we are tracking some shower and thunderstorm chances. Very isolated in nature, almost isolated to scattered in nature. Of course, we're going to be talking about that in my full forecast. Current temperatures, the low to mid 60s, the upper 60s. We're warming up nicely. Should see the low 90s as we head into this afternoon. Current temperatures across the entire state, fairly nice start, especially towards the eastern plains, the low to mid 60s. You're currently at 65 degrees over in Greeley. And live radar, we're quiet across the state, but noticing just about the last couple of hours, there was some thunderstorms moving through I-70, now has dissipated, and we should be dry the next couple of hours. If you like Pac-Man, here's your Pac-Man forecast. Temperature-wise, we should get to the low 90s once again, seeing 91 as the high. That's what I have in my forecast. And here's what we're tracking. Of course, we're tracking those showers and thunderstorms. Some of them do have the potential of becoming severe. Of course, in my full forecast, we'll break that down for you and talk about the timing and the details. Lauren?
Well, the weather was perfect across several parts of the country to set off some fireworks for the 4th of July. Celebrations in our nation's capital, New York City and Philadelphia, all went out without a hitch. But not every city in America went with fireworks, but instead, some opted for drone shows. We've got some from St. Louis, where hundreds of drones shaped themselves into several iconic images. Even Superman there. This year marks 249 years since America declared independence. Back here, the skies across Denver Metro were lit up for the holiday last night. In Aurora, crowds gathered outside the municipal center to watch the fireworks spectacular put on by the city. People from all over showed up in their patriotic best. More and more cities are making the switch from traditional fireworks to drones. Many who came down for the light show say there's just something about fireworks.
They blowing up in the air, and busting, especially the big ones, and the boom, you know what I'm saying, and the light up the sky, you know what I'm saying. It's exciting, ooh, you know what I'm saying.
The drone shows are amazing with the technology behind it, but nothing better than good old fireworks.
One city that made the switch was Aspen. They held a drone show featuring 800 synchronized drones. Up in the mountains, Leadville did not end the night with fireworks because they never got them. Yesterday afternoon, the town's Lions Club announced that the show would be canceled. The fire department says they were accidentally delivered to Telluride, 250 miles away. That would kind of be like Denver's fireworks being delivered to Grand Junction. We reached out to the Lions Club for more information on how it all happened, and we're waiting to hear back. While it's illegal in Colorado to set off fireworks that leave the ground, it's a different story over in Wyoming. An exit on I-25 just beyond the border is filled with fireworks stores. Once the 4th of July hit, a 9 News crew set a timer for 30 minutes and counted the drivers with Colorado plates that took the service road leading to those stores. Get this, in that stretch, they counted 462 cars from Colorado.
It sucks you can't get it in, Colorado, but if I gotta come across the border to get it, I will.
May I be frank? We like to blow up. We don't want that stuff that spins around the ground. We want the stuff that goes up in the sky and boom.
A place called Phantom Fireworks in Wyoming even sent out coupons to people in Colorado for fireworks that are illegal to fire off in Colorado. That is one way to drive in traffic. However, the 4th of July holiday usually leads to an increase in fires across Colorado, and this year was no exception. In Douglas County, South Metro Fire responded to a house fire that was caused by fireworks being improperly thrown out. As you can see, the fire managed to burn the side of this house on Pebblewood Court. Wow. Thankfully, no one was hurt in this fire, and firefighters managed to rescue a dog and 2 cats from the flames. They have since been returned to their families. Meanwhile, Aurora Fire Rescue posted these images from a fire off of the intersection of Colfax and Havana. They say this was a fire that started near a local fence and then it extended to a nearby building. Crews were on the scene to put out the flames and search the buildings for anybody that was trapped inside. As of this morning, we don't know about any injuries, and the cause of this fire is still under investigation. Deputies now believe a small fire that burned about a quarter of an acre near Superior was likely sparked by a cigarette. The Boulder County Sheriff's Office arrested a 37-year-old man for arson. The fire started around 7:30 Thursday night along Highway 36 near the Big Superior Highway sign. Mountain View Fire Rescue crews were quickly able to put out the flames. They say the man they arrested is experiencing homelessness. They found him in a ditch near where the fire started. Meanwhile, Denver authorities are investigating multiple serious incidents overnight, which both happened very close to each other. The first of which happened right off of the local Costco near Tejon in Virginia. An investigation is currently underway for a shooting that was first reported just after midnight. 2 victims were sent to the hospital as a result of the shooting, but we don't know the extent of their injuries at this time. Police are working now to find any information on a potential suspect. Just a few hours earlier and a few blocks away, Denver police responded to a serious traffic crash near the intersection of Federal and Virginia. This was first reported just before 10 last night. The crash involved 2 vehicles, and we know that at least one of the people was seriously hurt. 9 News is working to learn more about both of these incidents right now, and will report any updates as soon as we get them, both on air and online at 9news.com. A Denver woman is now facing murder charges in a 16-year-old cold case out of California. Police in Union City, which is in the Bay Area, announced charges against 46-year-old Angela Ondudo this week. They're connected to the death of a newborn girl whose body was found in a dumpster in May of 2009. Police say she was considered a person of interest during the initial stages of the investigation. Police say advanced DNA analysis led to the new charges, all of these years later. She's being held in custody here in Denver as police work to send her to California to face those charges. President Trump is celebrating the passage of his Big Beautiful Bill. He signed it during the annual White House 4th of July picnic. The House narrowly passed the multi-trillion-dollar legislation earlier this week. It includes roughly $4.5 trillion in tax cuts and allocates $45 billion to ICE, more than the budgets for the FBI and DOJ combined. It also cuts funding for Medicaid and food benefits and adds an estimated $3.3 trillion to the national debt. Congress passed the bill by President Trump's self-imposed July 4th deadline.
This is a triumph of democracy on the birthday of democracy.
The legislation is the president's highest profile win yet. Democrats are vowing to make it a priority ahead of the 2026 midterm elections. Overseas, Hamas is signaling that it's open to accepting a ceasefire proposal in its war with Israel. The group says they gave a positive response, though it's not clear yet if that means that they have accepted it. President Trump proposed a 60-day ceasefire this week. Hamas has been seeking guarantees that the initial truce will lead to a total end to the war. Trump has been pushing hard for a deal to be reached. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is due to visit the White House next week to talk about one.